Hello everyone, I'm Shane and welcome back to another radio workflow training video. In today's video, what I want to do is show you how to manage your print advertising inside radio workflow. So the first thing we want to do is just make sure that we have it set up correctly. So what we're going to do is go over here to settings, and then in the drop down up here, we're going to choose newspaper and other print media. And then you'll notice we've got 4 tabs here. So we've got publications, sections, creative sources, and status levels. Okay, so the first one is obviously your actual publication. So in this case, we've got our Great Outdoors publication and our weekend times. Then inside sections, we've got our second page and then TripAdvisor, which is actually a section inside of our publication, our example publication on Great Outdoors. Okay, then we've got our creative sources. So in this case, it's going to be email, Dropbox, and Slack. That is simply how the creative for the actual advertising itself is going to arrive inside creative. It's going to be sent to them by email, by Dropbox, or by Slack. Obviously, you can add in whatever you want there. And then we've got actual status levels here as well. So where you can define what the status of the creative actually is. So in this case, we've just got needs creative, in production, and completed. Okay, so obviously you can define them however you want. You can move them up and down the list. You can also edit them, and to add one in, you just simply click on the add button here. Okay, so now we've got things set up correctly. Let's go back to the dashboard, and then we're going to click on the plus sign up here. So anytime you want to add something in a radio workflow, what you want to be doing is looking for that plus sign. And then we're going to click on contract, and that's going to open up our new contract window. Inside here, we're going to select our advertiser. We're going to auto generate a contract number and give it a description. So in this case, we're just going to call it example newspaper. We're going to select our product and then our revenue type. So in this case, it's going to be cash, and then click create. So that's going to create our contract now and redirect us to it. Inside the contract, what we're going to add is some print advertising. So we're going to click on the print tab here, and then we're going to click on add item. Inside here, we're going to give it a description. So we're just going to call it TripAdvisor sponsor. And then we're going to select the date that the actual advertising starts. So it's going to start on the 19th, and it's going to end in December, on December 31. Okay. And then we choose our media outlet, which is going to be News Corporation. We select our publication, which is going to be Great Outdoors, our section, TripAdvisor, our creative source, so how the actual ad, like how the actual content for the ad is going to be arriving inside creative. So it's going to be by email, and then how many columns and how many inches. So we'll say 15 inches. And then we want to define our fee structure. So we want to add in the quantity, the rate, and the structure. Okay, so when I say structure, if you click on this drop-down list here, you'll see you've got 2 options, per item and fixed. Now, the difference between those, per item is simply the quantity times the rate, whereas fixed is actually the quantity for the rate. Okay, so for example, if we type in 1 and then 15 and it's per item, it's going to be 1 times 15. If we select fixed, it's going to be 1 for 15. So obviously that's a very important option that you really need to think about before proceeding on. Okay, now we're going to select our creative status. So in this case, it's going to be in production. And then we're going to select our revenue type. So it's going to be cash. Our revenue source will be newspaper. And then our billing cycle will just be a normal calendar month. Then we have the option here to add in any production notes as well. So I'm just going to add in a note arriving on email tomorrow. Okay, so now all we do is click on create, and that's going to create our print item inside the box here. Okay, so to preview the contract, we come up here and then click on weekly summary. And we can see that now that the contract's opened up, we've got our print service listed down there. Obviously, the total of the contract is $60, and they're going to be charged $15 per month for 4 months. Now, don't forget, you can add other things inside the contract as well. For example, a traditional radio schedule, non-spot, and also digital as well. Okay, so you can actually combine, your print advertising with your traditional radio advertising as well. So now we're done with that. We're going to come up here and click on signed. That just simply lets the system know that the contract's been signed. And now we're just going to click on schedule as well to make sure it schedules. And then if we come over here to traffic and administration, we're going to actually switch hats now. So obviously that was more of a salesperson hat. The hat that we're going to be wearing now is more the creative side. Okay, so we're going to click on traffic and administration here, and then come down to print services. So inside here is our print revenue query builder. So down the left-hand side here, we have a bunch of different filter options. So you can obviously filter by the publication, by the section, by the creative status, and also by the source as well. Also revenue type, like there's a lot of different options there, which will allow you to actually, define exactly what you want to appear in your result set. And then we're going to click on run query. And obviously we can see the ad that we created before inside that contract. So inside here, we can manage it as well. So if we click on this ad here, we can preview the contract, we can open the contract, and we can also edit the item as well. So if we click on edit item, let's just say we want to update the status to completed, then obviously we can do that. Now, you can also export this result set to Excel, PDF, and you can also email it to somebody as well. So there we go. That's really how you manage your print advertising inside Radio Workflow. Now, if you have any questions, then please reach out to us using the orange support icon down the bottom here. Thank you and have a great day.